Welcome to Lesson 8. This is a practice video for the third song, which is Wayfaring Stranger. I'll play it at performance tempo, and then we'll break it down a little bit, and I'll share a practice tempo that you can use to learn it. We have duets for this one as well, and so we'll get to those after our practice video. So, performance tempo first, so you get the flow of the piece and know how it goes. My pinky finger's on the E down at the bottom, by the way. Okay? So, as we get ready for this one, understand that the left hand is spread out. The bottom note is an E, and then the top note in that same measure is also an E. That happens every time you move. So the bottom note and the top note have the same letter name, and then the distance there is called a fifth. We usually cover one note per finger, so that's the spot where the thumb usually comes. We put 2 in there, and if your hand is kind of small, you make the 2 the anchor place, and you can rock between if it's too far to reach. So that's kind of how that goes. If you pick up your hand, it can lose its spot, but if it goes there, and you can slide just a little bit if your hand's too small. Okay? All right, so practice tempo. This one has 3 notes on the pickup. So the first strong note is actually the 4th note you play, right? So it's the end of 3, and the way I count this is 1, ready, play. And each new measure follows that same pattern. So by the end, you've done it like 15 or 16 times. So you'll catch it by the end, and getting ready to go at the beginning is a little bit tricky, but I'll count you in and I'll be playing with you, okay? 1, ready, play. And that's Wayfaring Stranger at a practice tempo. Now, when we go to the duet, for those of you who haven't seen these videos before, there are duets for all 36 songs, and you can get any of the 36 songs for free, and you can get the duet parts for free as well. So if you have a friend who plays, they can play with you, and it works for multiple instruments too. A violin, flute can play, even guitar. All right, so let me play the duet part for you with the melody first, and then the duet part by itself. 1, 2, 3. All right. So I'm going to present the duet part by itself, but I want to bring you in so you know when to play, and then I'm going to scoot over. The trick for this is you have to come in with your pickup notes right after the duet part stops. So, oops. That note comes right away. And once you catch it, you'll really know your rhythm a lot better. So I bring you in, and then I go over to the duet part. 1, ready, play. With Wayfaring Stranger, you really start to understand what it means to feel eighth notes, because those pickups come between the beats. And as you really start to be able to group notes in pairs, you pick up ba 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 ba. And rhythms are very much like learning new vocabulary words in maybe a second language. You have to work at them, and then they just kind of set for you, and you recognize it all at once. And sometimes you'll have to work with a rhythm for a couple weeks before it actually goes on automatic. And once it's on automatic, it's like it happens for you, and you're not even sure, what you were thinking of when you did it. You just do it. So keep going, and I think you're going to find that the songs work themselves out. One way of getting there a little sooner is to listen to the recordings over and over, so those rhythms are in your ear from a recording. That's a good way to do it. Thank you for joining me.